Hello everybody and welcome back to Fenton Forest Farm with me, CWATTYESO, on what is Thursday morning in game. Got all our fields harvested yesterday, the ones that needed harvesting, the potatoes, the sugar beet, the soybeans across the road. That's all been done and all the crop has been stored in the silo. I then did some work off of camera through the night, so if I bring up the map, let's have a quick look. I've got all the fields limed. I'm currently in the process of starting the ploughing on field 9. We'll then move down to field 10 and field 7. Also, as you can noticeably see via the map, I've done some work as well on the field edges to cut out some of the roundiness and try and put a few more straight edges on just to help the workers out a bit. And basically, if I hop over using the landscape tool, let me get myself nicely orientated. So here's our corn. So I've put an straight edge in here just to give myself a bit of room, a bit of leeway. I've left that. I've put a straight edge in along here, a nice big straight edge in here, giving me plenty of room from the trees. I've got rid of all the area over here, put an edge in, nice straight edge in all the way down here to this bit here. Then we've got an angle down here, so that should help. Moving over onto field 7 when we had the soybeans, as you can see, I've angled this, put a nice headland in here. Remove quite a bit from the top here. Remove the curvy bit that was all the way out here. Put an angle in here. It's a bit dodgy there, but I can't really do much about that. Put a nice section in along the bottom here, so we've got a bit of clearance from the railway line. And we can head back up here. And again, I've just narrowed it a little bit just to remove some of the little wobbly bits that were on this field. Done the same on field 10, although it didn't really matter too much on field 10 as we're only going to be planting grass on this anyway. But, you know, it does make the fields a little bit easier to farm and manage, especially with normal workers, not just course play, but obviously normal workers where we can. And obviously I've put quite an edge on here to give ourselves some room, distance from the roadside. Come all the way down here, put an edge along here, edge up the side here, big edge up here, gone along here. Just basically give ourselves some room, you know, move us away, the tractors and vehicles away from all the different objects. And obviously, as you can see, the course play guy is trundling around doing his ploughing. Very nice of him. So that's that job currently underway. As I say, we will be getting him shifted down to the other fields as he completes each one. There's not a lot else for me to do at this point around the farm. All the animals are kind of fed at this moment, and with the exception of the pigs who need their pig food, and it's handy that, and then I've got the pig food here that's fermented, and obviously we've got our new loader. So I get to use this for the first time today to pick up all the pig food out of this bunker. Feed it to the pigs, and then we need a trailer and we need to get it filled back up again with potatoes, sugar beet, that sort of stuff. Get it squished and compacted and start fermenting it again. I then plan to go over to the cows, put a load of grass in their silage clamp, and start fermenting and making some silage. Now, this is my second attempt at recording this video, this episode, because I actually had a crash, and it was whilst I was driving this thing. Whilst I was doing the pig food, after about 3 buckets, the game just completely locked up on me. And I don't know why. There was nothing in the log to tell me why the game crashed. I hope it's not related to, obviously, the issues with the 1.3 map, hence why Stevie's updated it to 1.32. Forgive my voice, it's terrible today, and if I'm coughing and trying to clear my throat and voice, I apologise in advance for that. Nothing I can do about that. As I've said before, it's a medical condition I have, and I just, some days it's really bad, and I find it difficult to speak. But I'm trying to push on and get these videos recorded as best I can to keep you guys thoroughly entertained with the uploads. Stevie has mentioned on his Facebook page he will be dropping another map update this weekend, which means it's probably a good job for those of you who have not restarted the map yet. That's alright. For those of you that have restarted the map like me, or have restarted it twice because you restarted it for 1.3 and restarted your save game for 1.32, you're going to have to do it again now when he brings out the next update. So I will see. If I have issues with the cow silage clamp spilling silage off to the through the walls, then I'll probably just move me silage production up to the BGA and take advantage of it up there with the much larger silos. I'm not sure if the pig food mixer could have emptied this any quicker. He probably could have done, to be fair. If he can suck up pig food. Can or not? Because obviously pig food is normally the output of the mixer. I know the cow mixer can suck up silage because it uses that in the mixing process, but I don't know whether once it's tipped TMR, whether it can pick it up again. I've never really tested that. This is where a conveyor might have been a wiser choice as well. But sometimes I like doing jobs like this by manual means. It's a bit relaxing. Like I say, our little piggies need their food. We're just waiting for the corn to harvest across the road. Now, that's our last field over there, and then we can get that, like I say, get all the fields replanted and reseeded with what I'm going to put on them. I did make myself a little kind of info sheet thing. I haven't actually bothered putting down what I was going to... Field 9's going to have soybeans on it. Is that right? I haven't done field 7 or field 6. Am I going to do soybeans all the way up on field 9? Am I going to do sunflowers? Am I going to do poplars? Poplars are a thing I'd like to do, just to test out that new bio baler from the Anderson DLC. See, I'm going to test in a minute whether the mixing wagon can suck up the pig food. I was also thinking of getting the what's-it-call-it on the go. The little tanker truck. Get him doing some slurry deliveries up to the BJ for us today. As it's Thursday, which means we'll get paid out on Friday. Which means we'll get our Friday sale date, the BGA income from this thing. So I'm going to park in there for a second. I'm going to start this guy up on the slurry wagon. He's parked over there. He's facing the wrong way. Silly Billy. At some point, I also need to remember I've got to go back and re-record the unload slurry to 79,000 litres in here again. Dang. So I don't have to keep tapping to him to get him to continue once he's unloaded. At the BGA, he can just keep running the loop without my interruption then. Right, so let's empty the slurry pit first of all. Out of the pigs, and then that's an extra 79,000 litres he can take up to the BGA for me and get sold, which will be nice. Like I say, I'm not going to put it through our digester because we don't get any money then for doing it that way. And I'd sooner have money and the digest, I might as well have both slices of pie. Slightly too much slurry. Get this guy filled up and then we can get him on his way. Manure is piling up as well, quite rapidly. I'll be emptying that out again soon. Maybe start thinking about taking that up to some of that up to the BGA as well, or the manure selling point, because I must be getting quite a stockpile of that now in the silo, because I don't, although I'm manure spreading a lot of fields. Right, you can go on the load at start, which is that course there, and you want test slurry to BGA, isn't it? And you're going to be on slurry. Of course, it first one. He'll drive, and like I say, we just tab to him when we need to and get him unloading. Empty the silo. I don't know how much I've got in stock. We'll have to have a bit of a look at that. So we'll run off. Seeing as I recall, I did all my terrain modifications and stuff without really checking the courses. I'm quite impressed with the fact that I actually eyeballed it quite nicely without having this course, without checking this course, so he doesn't end up driving into trees or grass. I actually got the road put in pretty well. So that, I'm gonna go pick up give our 30 mixer a test, shall we? Because I've not used it. Anger. Oh, didn't mean to shove you. Got to unfold it. Okay, it does suck up the pig food. Very nice, very handy to know then. I could actually empty this silo pit. This thing's got quite the capacity if I recall, so it should be able to hoover all this out now for me. It's a bit lumpy bump there. Look at that. That silo should be empty now. I think it's empty. Crap. I forgot to take the vehicle park thing off. I think we're okay. I don't think we've got any spillage. They're on. Am I tip side left or tip side right? Find out. Tip side left then, obviously. Hey piggies, have some lovely, lovely pig food. Quite well off now then, shouldn't they? Not quite. They still have 200. They still could do with, like I say, it's nearly 500,000 litres, I think, to fill this silage pit or full. Man truck is quite happily running back to the farm now, having offloaded the BGA. I think he's doing the same speed as the traffic, so he'll be quite slow at that. But can just basically leave him running. I just have to remember to tab to him every now and then to kick start him. There's our plough getting on. He's doing alright. I'm going to have to run around and do the edges, because when I started ploughing this field, obviously, because I'd made the terrain changes, because I hadn't exited the game and started it, Courseplay didn't rescan the fields for the new edges, so he's not going to do quite a good a job as he would normally. But that will get fixed. Same on the other fields as well. And I apologise, I've just started eating, and that's very unprofessional when you're recording, because now all you can hear is me chomping. As you can see, it's 10:46 in the morning for me, and I'm kind of hungry. I'm having me me half tenses. Some wheat for the chickens fairly soon. I need some hay for the horses. Fields looking then. Right, grass. The grass should be ready to harvest fairly soon on field 8, which would be nice. Maybe try out one of them new Anderson bale stacker things. Right, we can take this guy back to the farm, put him away. He's finished lime spreading. Give the lime spreader a bit of a hose down before we put it back. And the tractor as a whole. Here's our man. Hello. He's off to deliver some more slurry. Might as well just let him run backwards and forwards all day until the slurry tank's empty. And then next day we can do the digestate to the farm. Until the farm's full. And then I need to record another course for digestate to the heating plant so I can sell some of the digestate. And just have him running around doing that. Tell you what, having that wind turbine there is good as well. Gives me a bit of a reference point as to where the earning is for the farm. I think our greenhouses are okay too. Not too worried about those. Park him up there. Braid all washed off. Then we'll get him parked back in the shed. Won't need him again until after we've done the sunflower harvest on field 6. Don't think. All our other fields are done. Weight clean. It's amazing how the weight is the muckiest thing on this tractor. Getting put away. One of the things I did do last night to make life a little easier for myself, when I had the guy doing the lime spreading, I did turn on the option in the menu to have the worker buy lime. Because I didn't want to have to keep running back to the farm to refill it every few seconds. No, we don't park him in there anymore, do we? No! Oh, messing up. We've got new parking positions for all our equipment. Fertiliser spreader now lives on this side, doesn't it? Straighten that up myself a bit later on. We'll park him out of the way and then we'll say, we'll quickly jump to the man, tell him to continue. As I say, I will need to re-record that course now that course play works properly. Unloading at the BGA. Please continue. And what's great about this is, even though Stevie's moved the silage clamps, when I recorded the course, I did leave a bit of a space between me and the fence, so you can actually drive through there. So what I may do is just leave that silage clamp. Don't use the end one, so I can run my courses round it. Getting on, he's got a bit to do in the middle yet. Right, he's getting there, slowly and steadily. I could have used a bigger plough, thinking about it. I probably would have been better plugging the John Deere onto this thing, but then the John Deere is green. The tractor is yellow. I suppose I could have had the 8R out. That would have sped things up. Had the 8R doing a field. Now that's probably not a bad call, is it? When we think about it. Because he's just sat there doing nothing else. And we're just waiting on that one machine. So we might as well let this guy go and do field 7. As that's the next big field. Wow, out as you go around the corner. Ooh, 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 ooh. Don't crash into the truck. Need to coming back the other way. Oh, we'll have harvest day. We'll have Friday sale day tomorrow, which will be our first sale day on the new since the map update. So hopefully we've got plenty of crops. We could do a couple of runs to different places with. Hold him out. Gonna let him do the field work. About right. Or 0.7, I think, is probably better. Get a bit of an overlap going. Right, we want on field 7, we want headlands. We want him to go counterclockwise. We want him to do 4 passes. We want him to start working on up and down. We want him to do spiral. Right field course. JD. Right, we want him to start at first waypoint. Drive course. Turn on field will be deactivated. Plough past field edge will be activated. So he can get this field done whilst we're waiting for... And there's the man, he's on his way back to the BJ with the next delivery. The next delivery of slurring. Just going to stay on this for a minute just to make sure he starts the course right. Looks like it. He's only got a bit more to do by the looks of it, and then he'll be finished. And I'll just have the edges to go around and tidy up again like that one. Man truck will be nearly saying to me, I am full. Please let me continue. Of course you may continue, good sir. On your way. John Deere is ploughing. Or is attempting to plough. Turning. Down here. Right, the New Holland's finished then, so I can now stop him. Clear the course. Right. I've basically got to do the outside edges now. Fill in all the gaps. These missed bits. Quite a bit down here that he's missed. But I've got some loose discs on the end of this roller. Gonna have to do some maintenance on it perhaps. This edge goes a bit funny, I'm not gonna lie, this edge is a bit weird. Again, when I was painting with the terrain tool, it's alright if you're working in, you know, straight lines like 90-degree angles. As soon as you go off a 90-degree angle with the terrain tool, it starts painting jaggy edges everywhere. It's not great. So then I tried to put the nice straight edges on with the Qualidis roller, but of course that removes the grass, which I then have to paint back in with the terrain tool, and again I get the jagged edges then. I've messed that bit up. This thing's a bit squirrely. Traction, differentials unlocked, so it shouldn't be too wild. Texture there. Might go and investigate that. See if he's actually ploughed that bit. No, he hasn't. That's why the texture looks weird. Now the lime's spawning in, you can see a bit he's missed. Okay, hopefully in future if I decide to plough this field or need to plough this field. Hopefully course play will now detect the course edge has changed when it scans the fields at game start, and will plough the fields correctly. Getting all these lovely little bits down here. So in some places the fields have got bigger, and in some places the fields have got smaller. Overall, I think I'm losing a bit of I'm going to lose a bit of crop yield off each field, but the fields are that big, it doesn't make that much of a concern to me, honestly. I would much rather be able to work and farm the fields a lot more easily and comfortably than get a few extra, you know, litres of whatever crops planted on it when I'm harvesting. Good stuff. Big area up here to do, to sort out. So we get that done. Then we just, obviously then I'm going to have to come down here with the manure spreader. Get this thing filled. Get these fields fertilised. Then I'm going to have to come back with a cultivator. I don't know if we've got, what is it, the Joker at the minute, haven't we? Which is 12.2. I was thinking of buying one of them. Is it the Lemkin jobbies? It's a bit bigger. Is that they're what, 16 metres I think, aren't they? One of them, possibly. Again to assist. We've got 2 ploughs. We add an extra cultivator. We've got 3 seeders stroke planters. So, you know, we're doing all right in that sense for equipment. Next thing after that will be to add another harvester, just in case we're in a position where we need to get like 2 grain type crops harvested at the same time. I have to keep leasing at the minute, and that's a bit of a nightmare. And if I've got the cash, I might as well just buy the vehicle, the equipment I need. And then it's ours forever then, isn't it? It's an investment for the future. Man truck has reached his destination, which means I need to tell him to continue. Check to make sure that I've done all the... I think I've got everything now. I don't think I've missed any more bits. I think we're covered. Right. Back to field 10 then. Start him off doing a course on field 10 for us. We're going to set him at 6 for this, so we get a bit more of an overlap, just in case. 10. Headland passes, we're going to go around, we're going to do 3 passes. We're going to work clockwise. We're going to do spiral, I'm going to generate the course. Him to start at the first waypoint. Of course. He might do the circle of death, I'm thinking. No, he's not. He's going to actually plough the course. Good on him. Right. Find the man. Continue. You keep going and doing our slurry. Doing that quite nicely. Right. Oh, he's missed a spot. Is he turning? Because it's angled. If it's not a round field, then he does a bit of a reverse maneuver. What the flip are you doing? Do you know what? Let's try him again, but instead of turn this time, let's have him do smooth. Smooth turns. Otherwise you get that situation where he starts trying to reverse and do silly things. Right. Let's borrow the T8 for a minute. Let's start filling our silage clamp with grass. And then let's and then let's get the pig foods on the go again. We can test how well the wheel loader does its compacting now. Steam coming off the grass. It generates a little bit of heat as it's starting to rot and compost. So I've got 90,000 litres, right, so if I do... two trips through the silo with this, we'll end up with, what, 180,000 litres. That'll be sufficient, won't it? Make sure we're well within the pit. When we do the levelling and compacting. Don't want any spillage out the front. Get the silage going again. This will be obviously using with cows to make the TMR. Silage we produce up at the BJ is what we sell, basically. Litres, so that'll be 180,000 in this side. I might do the other side as well. So that's fully loaded. Well, I could get some more in there, I'm quite sure. What we need to do, we need to find the man truck. And we need to tell him to continue. Am I going to have issues driving through there? Looking at that, yes. Now let's do... What have we got a lot of? Probably sugar beets, I would think. Quite a lot of potatoes. Do probably a couple of trailer loads of each of these into that food mixer. But of course, what we want to test very quickly, before I end the video, because I can carry on filling the pig food stuff off of camera, we wanted to test whether this compacts faster. It's meant to. This is meant to do compact because it's got the special compacting tyres on it. So this should compact our silo much quicker. Plus they got extra weight in it, which means the tyres look a lot more squished. But if I take the diffs off so the wheels can spin, let's have a look at the oh yeah. That's definitely compacting a heck of a lot faster, isn't it? That compacted that so fast. I would almost say that's borderline OP. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's going to be great for up at the BGA. Ow. We'll just blanket the silo then. I tell you what, if it squishes the potatoes and that as quick, that's going to be fun. Did kind of just knock that, didn't I? Right, well, I'm going to let everything carry on running, let the two ploughs finish off doing what they're doing, keep the man truck delivering all our slurry up to the BGA so we can get paid for that tomorrow. I want to get this bunker filled up with potatoes and sugar beets and start getting some more pig food fermenting, and I'll see you in the next episode, everybody. Please go ahead and click that like button if you've not already done so. Leave your questions, comments, suggestions and feedback in the section down below. Obviously, if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and click that subscribe button for me. And hopefully as well in the next video my voice is a lot better. I'm not having so much problems with my throat. So until then, from Fenton Forest Farm, me, CWATTYESO, it is goodbye for now.